Hello fellow Planeswalkers. You know what, I'm feeling a little bit magicked out right now. There seems to be a new set releasing every month, and a new set announced nearly every single week. I think I might be getting hit by the Magic the Gathering fatigue. You can do better than that. Right, just want to go back to simpler days when they slowed down a bit, where we'd crack into a draft or set booster or two with smiles on our faces. I know. Why don't we talk about one of my favourite sets from over 2 years ago, and chat about why it's still as relevant today as it was back then. Magic the Gathering Streets of New Capenna was released in 2022, but there's loads of cards that are still relevant in play. We'll go over a few cards that can bolster your Magic the Gathering decks. Make sure to stick around to the end of this video, where you can find out how to get a whopping 10% off all Magic the Gathering Streets of New Capenna products and single cards. Jet Maze Garden is a tricycle land, so you can tap for 3 different types of mana, which is massively helpful if a commander can use more than one type of mana. This card specifically has 3 different types of treatment too, including the standard treatment, the borderless treatment and the skyscraper treatment, which looks absolutely stunning. There are a couple of other lands in this set which have similar treatments too, including Sparrow's Headquarters that enters the battlefield tapped, and Rafine's Tower. If you're a collector, then these skyscraper treatments are to die for, and would make a collection look rather sad without them. Gala Greeters is a creature card with the effect of Alliance, which reads, whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. But why is this card so good? Gala Greeters works well with high creature output, so token generation commanders like Jaheira, Friend of the Forest work really well. It triggers every time you get a creature out, which includes token creatures, so you make 3 creatures to get every trigger every time. Over on our site at Total Cards, we do have a couple of these single cards, but not all of the ones you'll need. So a great way of potentially getting your cards is by grabbing a commander box. It gives you the collector booster sample pack, which could give you the chance of getting the cards. However, you could also grab for yourselves the collector boosters. It's a slightly pricier way of collecting these cards, however you will definitely get the nicest foils in the games via collector boosters. Now I can tell you now how to get 10% off these incredible products, however you'll have to stay tuned till the end of the video. Vivian on the Hunt, a legendary planeswalker, has the ability to search your library for a creature card. This allows you to sacrifice a creature and play a card with 1 higher mana cost, so you are guaranteed to find that creature unless it's been milled. You can place any creature cards that you mill into your hand. You effectively filter through your deck looking for these creature cards that are important to the game. Now, surprise surprise, there is in fact a third ability to this card. The third ability is useful in creature token doubling, which includes doubling Season, Primal Vigor and Ojatak. Ojatak is actually a tripler, but it's a white card, so you need that as part of the deck. The last card that I want to talk about that gives me shivers every time I look at it is the unrivaled Rafine Scheming Seer, a legendary creature card with an almost biblical artwork. Rafine works as a cheap mana cost commander. You have a lot of attacking creatures which are used to connive. The connive mechanic is a weird one, but effectively you draw, then discard, then put a number of +1 counters onto your creatures to make them hit harder. Basically batter your creatures against the wall until the wall shatters. You do have to discard a lot of non-land cards, however, to do this. But there are cards like Aid the Fallen, which return creature cards back to your hand from the graveyard. These cards are a great example as to why Streets of New Capenna was such a great set and is such a good set to this day. We love the set so much that we are even knocking 10% off all products and single cards on our site. Use code Obscura at checkout on your Streets of New Capenna singles, boxes and more for a massive 10% off. This code expires soon, so make sure to take full advantage of this iconic set at totalcards.net for what are already unbeatable prices. If you've enjoyed this trip down memory lane with us, then consider subscribing so you never miss another video from us. Only so many of you watching are subscribed, and it would go a long way if everybody who watched this video click that little button and the bell icon. Let us know which older sets you wish you were opening for the first time all over again, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.